Nadeshot is one of the main pillars that helped building what the gaming community is today. But how did he become the first gamer to be sponsored by Red Bull? And how did he become business partners with a guy that played Fortnite with Ninja? And is his Scum's backpack really that big? This is the true story of Lil Sack's friend, Optic Headshots.
Dude, he sucks. Freaking butt cheek.
Did he tell me I suck? Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to him.
Nadeshot was born in August 3rd, 1992 in Palos Hills, Illinois, on the backseat of a Dodge Intrepid at the parking lot of a Portillo's hot dogs. When he was younger, he was smart enough to know that with those skinny arms, no one would ever dare to fuck him. That's why he decided to try out for the basketball team of his high school. Nadeshot showed his Eurostep to the coach, but his coach was busy flirting with the 17-year-old girls that were about to turn legal.
Once you're 18, if you want to get yourself a real man, I know a guy.
While he was depressed in his room, eating his favorite snack, Cheez-Its, he heard his 6-foot alpha male older brother talking about some game that he played over at his rich friend's house. The game was none other than Halo 2. After playing some matches with an unplugged controller, Nadeshot fell in love with the game and saw the opportunity to finally be good at something. And he did. Matter of fact, he ended up competing in Halo 2 at the amateur level and in Gears of War. In November of 2007, Call of Duty 4 came out, but Nadeshot wasn't fucking with that shit.
I always hated Call of Duty. The first experience I had with Call of Duty was COD 2, and that was when I first got my Xbox 360. I put the game in, and I literally got spawn trapped for the next 5 minutes, and I never played it after that. I absolutely hated it because of that one.
But after some persuasion from his friends and 20 minutes of Alan Watts motivational videos, Nadeshot bought Call of Duty 4. Thanks to the lack of ADHD in comparison to other players, Nadeshot enjoyed slower game modes. He grinded S&D like there was no tomorrow, and decided to hop on game battles after realizing pubs were too easy for him. That's where he started to network, and after a lot of nights without showering and some free advertisement for Dr. Pepper, he joined Optic Gaming, and Optic Nerve offered him to form a competitive roster under the Optic logo. The team attended the first MLG tournament in 2010 and ended up placing 8th. Not long after, Nadeshot got dropped. Nadeshot's heart was shattered, but thanks to Optic Hex and his big ass lips, Nate stayed in Optic doing content creation and occasionally hopping into the main roster. During this period, Nadeshot was traded like rare Pokemon cards while Optic was dominating the competitive scene, but Nadeshot found himself at the right spot and at the right time, and found his way to victory using a heartbeat sensor at the first Call of Duty $1 million tournament, Call of Duty XP, in 2011. And after winning that fat $100,000 check, and after listening to Kanye perform at the venue that day, Nadeshot got inspired to move out of his parents' house and dropped out of college. During this period, which was in the year 2012, while everyone was scared of the end of the world, underage kids were scared of Nadeshot's newly grown facial hair. During this year, Nadeshot's brand wasn't quite there yet, and even though his expenses only consisted of 1/3 of the rent, the electric bill, the internet, and the occasional stop over Portillo's, the money was going really quick. In this year, Nadeshot also suffered the loss of his mom, who probably roasted the fuck out of him after quitting college and leaving his parents' house. But that's how you know she was probably a really good mom. During this period, Nadeshot and Hex lived 15 minutes apart. They said they liked to hang out in the basement while creating all types of content. That's when Nadeshot decided to do what he does best, and grabbed the opportunity by its balls, and started to slowly throw some crazy ideas at Hex. Hex, being as clever as he is, caught the ball and knew that Nate wanted a spot in the team in replacement of Rambo. That's how, after a lot of ear licking, Nadeshot convinced his teammates and Hex to be back at the main roster just at the same time that Call of Duty Black Ops 2 came out. In 2013, Everything clicked for nadeshot. His views were growing bigger and faster than a horse dick. This funny picture was taken, and third place finishes was the chosen meal for everybody's breakfast at the house. And talking about the house, during June 2013, the Optic House was announced. nadeshot escaped the toxic relationship he was in and moved in with the boys. And some of the best content in YouTube's history was created. During the rest of nadeshot's competitive career, there were some highs and some lows. But thanks to his networking, nadeshot and the team started to see some consistent success during the AW season and got bullied into retirement.
Super Mario Sunshine!
But jokes on them, not long after, nadeshot got his first match on Tinder after 5 years of swiping left and right as part of his morning routine. In her profile it said that she was 4 years younger, and knowing nadeshot's love for young women, he moved to LA only to discover that he got baited and dated a mature woman looking for some young flesh. During this time, depressed nadeshot was the medal, but not many people noticed. He looked like he was really proud of his vlogs, which basically consisted of him saying that In-N-Out is the best fast food chain, unboxing shoes, taking people to try Portillo's hot dogs for the first time, and staring them while they eat, waiting for a reaction. While not knowing what to do with his life, he received some DMs from a nerdy looking guy. Knowing his own community, nadeshot thought he was just another fan trying to do a little bit of trolling by asking for HBR class setups. Little did nadeshot knew that this guy wasn't lying on his Twitter bio, and he actually was a venture capitalist. So after some conversations where nadeshot was praying to not get scammed, and thanks to the plug of scuffed Steve Jobs, nadeshot ended up pitching 100 Thieves in the NBA Finals of 2016 to the Cleveland Cavaliers owner, Dan Gilbert. Since then, nothing but W's have happened in nadeshot's life.